returned to the Ohel with his daughter Noah. They said prayers and dropped posters of other hostages. So I organized an event, and a lot of you here went to it, where we had a collective prayer to keep awareness of the hostages. Shortly after that, I got the news on I think it was a Saturday night, that 6 of them were massacred. I go for walks every Sunday morning with Run for Their Lives. We went to Comac. I couldn't walk. So I grabbed my wife and another friend, Rabbi Ron Silag. We went to the Ohel. I went with one poster. I wrote one thing on the note, Omer, and dropped the poster and went home. Kept doing everything we can, going to every rally, organizing rallies, everything we possibly can, hoping that this would turn out the way we wanted it to. Sunday night, a week and a half ago, I was with Ronan and Orna. And they were talking at a church in Plainview on a cold Sunday night, pleading for everyone to stay focused on Omer. I spoke to Ronan, I said, I'll see you tomorrow morning, because he had just made new t-shirts. It said Neutra 24, Omer, and he was gonna give it to me to wear at a rally that I was going to. A few hours later, 3:08 a.m., I got my phone buzzed, and the blood ran out of me. And all it said was horrible news. I laid there for like a day. I couldn't move. And then I heard the words from Orna Neutra, don't stop now. So we're not gonna stop now. We're starting here, we're starting now. And that's it. I want to introduce someone who's equally as passionate as I am, Ariella. She wrote for me something to say. She's been an advocate for the hostages in video, everywhere, all over the world, 24/7 like me. She knows all the families, she does everything she can, and she's really terrific. Thank you.
That was very kind. Oops. Just stand.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for coming out on a cold, rainy night. I can't believe we're still standing here having these many days later. My name is Ariella Novak, friend of now the family. Didn't know them just like you. Many of you didn't know them before, but now consider them as if they're my family. I firstly want to thank Tali Gillette, Darren Glick, Ronan Levy, and of course, Dr. Andrew Seidman for having me here this evening, and to all the performers and speakers for joining. And I was going to share a few of my reflections. I attended the commemoration last week for the family, and I immediately felt compelled to write my thoughts. I didn't know where they would go. I originally was going to send it to the newspaper, and then I felt like they were more personal. And I said, I'll use it, and I'll say it when the time is right. And then I was invited to come here, so I'll share my thoughts with all of you. As I stand here tonight, a week after Omer Neutra's memorial, I continue to feel an undeniable connection to him, even though I have never had the privilege of meeting him in person. Last week, at his memorial, his family's love and grief filled the room, and through their words, Omer's spirit came alive. This is the power of our global community, united by shared love, loss, and unshakable hope. On December 2nd, we were struck by tragic news of Omer's fate, as hundreds gathered in New York and thousands filled Hostage Square in Tel Aviv just one day after the IDF's announcement of the fall of lone soldier Omer Neutra. His parents, Orna and Ronen, his brother Danny, and friends all came together from all parts of his life to share stories of a young man whose bravery and leadership extended far beyond the battlefield. Omer was a brave son, a brother, a friend, and an inspiration to so many. Omer was a native New Yorker from Plainview, Long Island. He was one of us. His story could have been any of ours. The act of violence was not just a tragedy, it was an act of terrorism that struck at the heart of Israel. On October 7th, the world was forced to confront the brutal reality that the lives of the innocent civilians were taken hostage from 24 countries and 5 different religions, and they were all torn apart by the forces of hate. Omer's sacrifice serves as a painful reminder that no matter where we are from, we are all connected, and the loss will affect all of us. Though Omer's body may not have been present at the memorial a week ago, his spirit filled the room, and it continues to fill our hearts tonight. Through the stories of his family, his friends, and those whose lives he's touched, we remember him as a hero, a leader, and a man of exceptional character. Omer's parents, they are such special people. Orna and Ronen have shown the world what it means to endure unimaginable grief with unyielding strength. Though I did not know them before October 7th, I now stand beside them, committed to their journey in helping them. Their courage in the face of unimaginable loss has inspired all of us and countless others to keep fighting for justice for Omer and all those taken hostage that day. Omer's legacy lives on, not just in the memories of those who knew him, but in the stories shared by those who have only recently come to know his name. At the commemoration, Orna shared how she says Modeh Ani every morning, once for herself and once for Omer. The Jewish prayer of gratitude recited upon waking became a way for Orna to honor both herself and Omer each day. Despite not receiving a sign of life, Orna kept Omer's name alive in her heart. Now, with the painful truth of his loss, she reminds us that we must stand together and keep advocating to bring them home. Omer's impact was felt by many, and his commitment to peace was evident to all who knew him. One friend recalled Omer's decision to become a tank commander, an act of great service and sacrifice. He wasn't just defending his country, he was defending peace, his friend said. Omer had an unwavering dedication to peace, and that is the real legacy he leaves behind today. Omer's father, Ronen, reflected on the hundreds of media interviews, government meetings, and global travels he and his wife undertook, all in their efforts to bring their son home. Though their hope was shattered, Ronen shared a message for his son. Omer, you're a hero. Now it's Israel's turn to bring our loved ones home. As I reflect on the powerful stories of Omer's life and the incredible strength of his family, I am reminded of the resilience and the courage that persist in the face of adversity. Orna and Ronen's unwavering fight for justice in the midst of sorrow has shown the world what it means to stand tall in the face of sorrow and stand tall in the face of sorrow, and has shown the world what it means to stand tall in the face of unimaginable pain. They have taught us all about the power of resilience and the importance of never giving up and how to keep going on to each meeting each day. As Ronen said, the greatest honor we have can give him to rescue him and all the others that he had once saved. Rest in peace, Omer. Your spirit lives on in the hearts of those who love you, and in the hearts of all of us who never had the privilege of meeting you, but now carry your memory every day. We will bring them home.
Yes.
I am going to be introducing Boris Shanta. Shanta, okay. Thank you for being here. Who would like to come up?
Hi everyone, good evening. Actually, it was so spontaneous. Just Andrew messaged me and told me, come here to the event, you should be here. My name is Boris, I'm 28 years old. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you all the story and all the things. I was in Japan in October 7, and I did all the way from Japan to come back home to Israel and defend our country. I injured twice in Gaza Strip because I see these posters in social media and inside Israel. I never meet Omer before, I never meet these people before. I don't know who is this, but inside my heart I feel in all of these people, it's like my neighbors, my brothers. Maybe one of them can be my father or my daughter, you know. This is what I identify as Israelis. We're so moral, we're so lovely, a big family, a Jewish family, all our nation. In my second injury, I just sacrificed my leg, and 4 of my friends died immediately. And I just want you to know, a lot of soldiers, Israeli soldiers, injured, died in the battlefield every day. Every day just to bring these guys home to their families. And this is one of our missions, national missions, to bring these guys back home. And I just want to tell to this terrorist who still hold our hostages, you need to come and take this our family, bring them home. And if you're not gonna do this, we're gonna find you, our country gonna find you. And if you're gonna be lucky enough, you're gonna be done in big black plastic bag. You're gonna find yourself in this plastic bag. And we're gonna find you for sure. We're gonna find you for sure. Thank you very much. You're amazing, really. And you are our Jewish voice in this diaspora. And keep doing what you're doing right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't know any of that. Thank you. I now would like to call upon Ghazal Mizrahi. Ghazal Mizrahi is a vocal coach, piano instructor known for her soulful voice and captivating performances. In addition to her work as a musician and educator, Ghazal has been committed to activism within it for Israel on Long Island and New York City for many, many years. Through her artistry and her advocacy, she continues to inspire and uplift communities across the state. Let's go. We also have joining us Biana Pincus. Pinchuk, how do you pronounce it? I don't want to say it. Pinchuk, okay. Thank you for being here. Biana is known for her blending genres and languages into unforgettable performances, which I'm very filled with gratitude to see this evening. She captivates audience worldwide, sharing her music's power to transcend boundaries. Thank you.
אחד ארצנו וערי אלוהינו מגבול הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים ומן הים הגדול לבוא הברה ביבשה באוויר ובים הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה ישראל מי אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל צבא ההגנה לישראל.
Beautiful.
So I'm all talked out. I'm not giving a speech. I'm just giving a prayer because that's what's most important. We need prayers for Israel. He's going to do a prayer for the Chayalim and for the hostages.
מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ויברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ואנשי כוחות הביטחון וכל האזרחים בקו האש העומדים על משמר ארצנו וערי אלוהינו, ייתן אדוני את אויבינו הקמים עלינו ניגפים לפניהם. say אמן. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור ויציל את חיילינו מכל צרה וצוקה, אמן. ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ידבר שונאינו תחתיהם ויעטרם בכתר ישועה ועטרת ניצחון, ויקיים בהם הכתוב כי אדוני אלוהיכם הולך עמכם להילחם לכם אויביכם להושיע אתכם, ונאמר אמן. Now we're going to do a bracha for the שבויים, the hostages. מי שברך אבותינו ואימותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, יוסף, משה, דוד ואהרון ושלמה, יברך וישמור וינצור את אחינו בית ישראל השבויים ובכללם את כל השבויים בעזה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישלח להם רפואה שלמה בעבור שאנו מתפעלים בעבורם. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם, ישמרם מכל צרה וצוקה, אמן, ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויוציאם מחושך וצל מוות, וישיבה מהרה לחיק משפטיכם, וכן יהי רצון, ונאמר אמן. ונעשה everybody together, עושה שלום במרומיו וברחמיו הרבים, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Release the hostages, let our people go, bring them home. Now I'm going to, I have the honor to invite Omer John, who is from our neighborhood of Or Yehuda, rescued by our dear IDF.
Okay, it will be very short. I'm really excited to be here. I just want to say thank you for the invitation, and that you are amazing and you do an amazing job, and keep going what you do. And every day, like I'm praying for them to come back. This is what you need to do, but all of us need to do. And they will be back. Bezat Hashem. So thank you very much.
now would like to call upon Rabbi Levinson. The rabbi has served as chief rabbi of Midway Jewish Center. Wait, I just want to introduce the rabbi. The rabbi has served as chief rabbi of Midway Jewish Center for many years, becoming a prominent voice for the Jewish community. He has led rallies, prayer vigils, and advocacy trips to Washington, D.C. and Albany, a close friend of the Neutra family. He has provided unwavering support, including hosting last week's memorial and Shiva services. We are really honored to have you tonight. Thank you.
Erev Tov, good evening, everybody. And first, I want to thank Andy for bringing us together. If we can thank Andy one more time. Andy, I'm glad to have you on the team as we stand side by side, working to bring them all home, those who are living for rehabilitation and those like Omer Neutra for a kavod hamet, for a proper burial. Last week was hard when Omer Neutra's mother, Orna, sent me a text at about 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday night about a week and a half ago saying, can you come over? For they had gotten a knock at the door from the attaché from the IDF, who flew over to tell them news that they had not wanted to hear, that it had been determined that their son Omer had in fact been killed in the invasion of October 7th. And then we had to turn to putting together the next steps, memorial service and Shiva. And we saw the team come together. Thousands of people came through the synagogue for Omer's memorial service and for Shiva. But it's not really so surprising that the team came together because Omer loved basketball. This might be the basketball t-shirt that you're referring to, Andy. Right?
Yeah.
All right, this is the basketball one because when we gathered together to celebrate what we thought was Omer's 24th birthday, not having known that he had in fact been killed by Hamas terrorists back on October 7, 2023, as part of the acknowledgement of what we thought was his second birthday in captivity, parents gathered the Jewish community to play basketball, right, and to gather together. So here we are, steps from Madison Square Garden. And if there's anybody I would ever want to have on the team, it would be Omer Neutra. Here's the fact. I mean, I've known the kid. He was taller than me at his bar mitzvah. Right? And he would bring his big smile and his energy to everything that he did. His former head of school, Scott Swopel, is here this evening and knows that Omer brought that to school, to the Schechter School of Long Island. And so we knew from the moment that we heard on October 7th that his parents hadn't heard from Omer and then learning that he had been hearing and believing that he'd been taken captive, that we had to do everything we could to help advance his freedom. We're taught in our sources that there is no greater mitzvah than that of returning captives. Ein mitzvah yoter gedola mipidyon shvuim. So we have that responsibility. And it's one that extends to those who we believe are living and to those who need to come home for a proper burial. We gather here at this time of the year when it's getting pretty dark outside, right? But soon we'll celebrate Hanukkah, and we'll light some candles, bring some light into the world. And we can think about the light of Omer Maxim ben Ronen Halevi Orna Esther, and the light that he brought into the world, right? His soul, his neshama. At our synagogue, we are dedicating a Torah in Omer's memory, a Sefer Torah. This will be a Sephardic Sefer Torah. So if you're familiar with that, what that means is it goes into a metal case. Omer, like a vessel, took in all that was infused to him from home, from synagogue, from camp, from school, right? And we hope to transmit that to other kids as well in future generations. Because my own children can look up literally and figuratively to someone like Omer, who chose, after growing up here, to serve in the IDF, So we have that responsibility to not stop. As you said earlier, Andy, what Oren and Neutra said to hundreds of people, thousands, please don't stop. And so we can't. And when we don't stop, and we make sure that everyone can come home, the living for rehabilitation, and those who are gone for a proper burial, right? When we do that, we'll make Omer's memory a blessing, right? So we've got more work to do. So I want to thank you for being part of the team. Continue to show up the way that Omer and Neutra showed up here and in Israel. Thanks very much. Oh yes, I am supposed to cue the video, so I will now cue said video.
who apparently needs no introduction, so I look forward to hearing it.
Tonight is the night that we honor Omer. However, we also have in our hearts, we have to remember all the other people, okay, that passed away. They are our hostages, okay, and the IDF soldiers. They're fighting for our freedom, for our country, and at the same time that they gave up their lives for it. I am a Holocaust survivor. Also a child of Holocaust survivors. Both of my parents have survived, motivational speaker, and at the same time, I served in the Israeli Air Force 1962, 1965. One thing that I want all of us to remember, in every generation, they try to annihilate us, but we prevailed. And this time also, we will prevail and we will win. And for the world, I have a message. Whether you like it or not, we are here to stay.
Yes! Say it louder.
Holocaust survivors, okay, had two things going for them. Number one, pure luck. I was lucky 3 times. But at the same time, there was another thing that also kept them alive, and that is hope. And one of the things that I want to do, I want to read something for you, which is very, very meaningful to me, and hopefully for you too. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then? Why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond rainbow, why? Oh, why can't I? The song was first published in 1939, at the time when Jews in Europe were coming under increased hostility. Their freedoms were being taken away, their identity being dragged through the dirt, and many of them were feeling isolated. They were trapped, unable to fly. The song is about hope. That the bad times will one day be over. It is this feeling of hope within the song that we can all relate to, and it is hope that helped the Jewish people through the Holocaust. You did not know what the future held for the Jewish people when he wrote the song. Yip, his name was Yip. The lyrics, chimney tops, take on a harrowing new meaning now that we know the horrors of the Holocaust. I am sure many Jews looked up to the sky above Auschwitz chimneys, longing for the day they were free. When we talk about the hope, is right now we have for the first time, at least as far as I know, the most pro-Israel candidates, in cabinet, fighting for Israel. And my hope is that through Trump, our hope that not only some of the hostages will be returned in some of their corpses, but at the same time, the most important thing, to bring all of them, together, hope, and stop, with the emotional extortion that we are subjected to, especially the people. So I do hope that Trump will fulfill his promise and bring all of the hostages home. Now I have to do something else. I was just given a new assignment. And let me see if I can read it because the letters are quite small. First of all, what I have to do is I want to introduce Monica Lea and the meaning of Over the Rainbow. Monica Lea is a Jewish singer, songwriter. She's also known as Mon Lay, blends out pop, R&B, and soul with powerful vocals and clever. Reliable lyrics, gaining recognition on American Idol season 19. Wow, she's a celebrity.
Yes.
Okay. She captures all three judges, Lionel Richie, Luke Bryan, and Katy Perry. Hailing from Brooklyn, Monlet's passion for music fuels her mission to raise awareness about Israel. Monlet?
Yes, she's there. Wow, what an honor. Wow. That's such an honor. Wow.
By the way, I just want to finish with one thing and to say, okay, I told you before that we will win, we will prevail. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you. So I'm going to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Why, oh, why can't
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Forgot to read the whole thing. Oh, okay, okay. You didn't see it. That's the greatest gift you get. Look at that. Beautiful.
I'm so happy you were able to announce me.
He forgot to read the whole thing. I did. Careful, careful, careful.
Hi. Wow. Once again, thank God I don't have to follow that act. It's both of them. Now I would like to call upon Dan Kahn. He is a U.S. Army veteran and the CEO and founder of American Peace Committee. His mission emphasizes interfaith coexistence, advocating for veterans, and promoting peace for all Americans.
Yes.
Oh, they really packed this room. Hey everybody, nice to meet you guys. My name's Dan Kahn. Thank you.
Yes.
I guess I have some friends in here. Thank you guys. I'm a Muslim American and I started my activism work fighting Islamophobia. And to me, being raised in a Muslim conservative house, I thought that was the biggest issue in the world. I thought that Islamophobia is the thing that's going to end everything, and that's what we need to fix. So I put myself out there. After I came back from the military on active duty, I was like, it's time to get into it. I graduated with a BS in psychology from Brooklyn College, and I was like, let's get into this space. Let's finally fix Islamophobia. And instead, what I saw was blatant and rampant anti-Semitism. I didn't see that much Islamophobia, and I grew up post 9/11. I grew up with being Pakistani, being noticed to be brown, kids calling me a terrorist in school. So that never bothered me because, kids are kids. I call them names, they call me names, so it is what it is. But after that, where's the Islamophobia? The real issue that I saw was the anti-Semitism coming from the Muslim community. And it was so deeply ingrained, they don't see it as anti-Semitism. They see it as facts. They will tell you that the things that they're teaching kids that I was taught is not anti-Semitism. It's part of the scripture. It's part of the rules. It's like how we learned ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. There's kids being taught in mosques around the world and in Muslim schools around the world that Jews are evil. They control everything. The only way to get around anything in the world is to eliminate the Jews. That's really what kids are being taught in Muslim majority countries. And unfortunately, as we've really seen post October 7th, here in the United States as well. So after this, October 7th happened and I was still focusing on anti-Semitism, and I was like, how could anybody disagree with the facts of what happened on October 7th? Hamas infiltrated Israeli territory and kidnapped, murdered, raped, tortured thousands of innocent Israeli partygoers. And these weren't soldiers. I'm a soldier. I put myself out there when I was on active duty. I knew what could happen to me. I knew what could happen to me in the United States. They don't tell you guys this or normal people this, but there's times where your commanders and your leadership would tell you that there's a big threat for you as a soldier in the United States to not wear your uniform off base, don't wear your dog tags off base. We have a uniform for physical fitness. People love it because it's comfy. Don't wear that off base. The danger is real and the danger is right here at home. So After the military and after all that, seeing these things, post October 7th, not being able to disagree with the facts of October 7th, the first time I saw a picture of Omer, excuse me, there's a table here.
Sure.
First time I saw Omer was on a hostage poster. It wasn't, a Facebook friend recommendation. It wasn't an Instagram reel. It was a hostage poster. And I looked at his eyes and I looked at his smile and I'm like, this kid is taken hostage? Like, what did he do? He's innocent. That smile, that he can't do anything. Who is he going to hurt? This is terrible. And every single hostage poster that I've seen, when I look at them, I see my family members. When I look at Omer, I look at a kid that very much could have been my younger brother. That very much could have been my friend in school. And I try not to get emotional, but my hope was when Omer got home, one day when Omer got home, that we could hang out. Because I saw him as a friend, I saw him as a brother. I see every single one of these hostages dead and alive, and I think of my family. And I wish that more people could see that. And that is the connection that Jews have to the hostages. When all these kids on campuses are wondering, why are Jews so riled up? It's because you took their family members. You took their friends, you took their loved ones. These aren't strangers to us, to you guys, to me now. These aren't strangers anymore. These are innocent human beings. So I really hope that we will bring the hostages home. We will do it one way or another. People are learning that places like the United States and Israel, they're not meant to be trifled with. If you mess with them, they will come after you with hellfire you have never seen. And as we've seen with Palestine, it's been bombed back into the Stone Age. And that's a terrible tragedy. But who's the people keeping the hostages? If this is what Israel will do for 100 people, imagine what Israel and Jews will do for even more Jews to protect their freedom. They will stop at nothing. So why fight that? Why not just live in peace? Why not live with Muslims and Jews and Christians peacefully, to coexist together, live in harmony? But that vision is a little far from now. I hope that if, I was speaking to my friends earlier, you change one mind, I feel like it's mission accomplished. That's really what I'm aiming for. I'm hoping to show that other young Muslims that you don't have to support Hamas, but support Palestinians, support the people that are being killed and bombed and hurt, but don't support the terrorists that are causing that. Don't support Hamas and their allies in all the government proxies that are killing innocent people, including other Muslims, because we're next. Like if the Muslim terrorist government saw me, I wear gold, which is not allowed for a man in Islam. I have tattoos. My wife is Jewish. Thank you.
Yes!
They would kill me. And I don't want to be killed. I mean, they could try, but that's what they would do. And so many other Muslims are just like me. They don't follow Sharia law. They're going to be next.
Say no to Sharia law.
Say no to Sharia law. Bring the hostages home. And I'm going to wrap it up with Am Israel High.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
We love you.
So beautiful. Now, the next speaker I have for you, we're going to be calling upon Biana, I believe, to be singing. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Thank you, Mr. Andrew, for bringing these talented people. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say thank you again, Andrew, for bringing me here. I actually flew out. I'm a senior at Indiana University, and I flew out this morning at 3 a.m. to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I think we all felt all of our hearts leave our bodies now and just collectively come into one. And every single one of these hostages had a dream, has a dream. We all have a dream for a better future. And I want to share that light. And this song is very close to me. It's very sad, but I think that it should end on a positive note. And I think that that's the direction that we're headed in with all this amazing work that we're doing. So I would like to sing I Dreamed a Dream from the musical Les Mis.
DJ Abraham.
thank you. We cannot tell you were up at 3 in the morning to commute here. Your voice is, wow, as is yours and as is yours.
All three of
And now
them.
you have to listen to mine. Sorry. Now, I don't need my sheet of paper here because Shabbos Kestenbaum and I go way back. When there was a war starting in Israel, and long before that, there was wars on college campuses, there's wars in universities, there was wars in high schools in terms of, combating anti-Semitism and having anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism, people think it was a problem that just popped up now when the war started. It was long before that. What happens now is because of nothing happened before to take care of the root of the cause of the problem. And
That's right.
and it's frustrating to stand by. And I taught a course to combat anti-Semitism from 2016, 17, and 18. And unfortunately now it's the year 2024, almost 2025. And we still need to learn now to use our voices within media, learn how to use our voices within politics, and most importantly on social media as well. It's all a triangle. And that's how Shabbos and I got to know one another through the art of media. So with that said, Shabbos Kestenbaum.
Thank you so much, Ariella. Thank you so much, Andy, for organizing, and thank you all for being here. I see a lot of friendly faces, and it's a testament to the strength of our community. For the last year and a half, everyone in this room, you've been fighting in some way. Whether it's in the freezing cold, whether it's in the rain, you've been marching, you've been signing petitions, you've been going to your members of Congress, you've been praying, you've been holding your hostage posters. Everyone in this room has contributed something, and it is that fight that tonight we are recommitting ourselves to. One of the things I've been doing in this last odd journey of 15 months is I speak on a lot of college campuses. And I was speaking at Binghamton University 2 months ago over the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. And I was speaking to about 200 Jewish students, and I tell them it's so great to see some new faces, it's so great to see some familiar faces, but I can't help but notice there's one face that isn't here. And that, of course, was Omer Neutra. Omer Neutra was meant to be a student at Binghamton University. His semester was meant to have started 3 months ago. But he wasn't there in the sukkah. Instead, we thought he was being held hostage by Hamas in Gaza. And I go to the students and I tell them, this is not a geopolitical conflict in the Middle East. This is not a hostage crisis. This is about your friend. This is about your neighbor. Omer is someone who should be asking you for the notes because he overslept in class. He's someone who should be asking if you'd like to join him on Wednesday nights at Chabad. But he can't. Because on October 7th, a dictatorial, brutal terrorist regime took Omer's life. And it is that brutal dictatorial terrorist regime that unfortunately we have seen the support and we have seen the enthusiasm for on our college campuses. But I want to say, not in spite of Omer, but because of Omer, I want to say, and I hope you will join me in saying and doing, that in response to this horrific tragedy in our synagogues, we will pray harder. In our communities, we will love more. On our campuses, we will fight more than we've ever fought before. Because the fight that Omer represented, the fight that Omer continues to represent, is the fight for the Jewish people, is the fight for Jewish values, is fight for the land of Israel. And if you've ever heard me speak, you probably heard me say this story, but it's a really good one, so I'm going to say it again.
Please do.
Right before my speech at the Republican convention, I was brought into what's called the backstage lounge. And the term lounge is a little misleading. It was 4 people in a room no bigger than maybe the corner of this room we're in now. And the 4 people were myself, it was Lee Zeldin, and it was Omer Neutra's parents, Ronen and Orna. And I go up to their parents, and I tell them there's nothing I can say, and there's certainly nothing I can do. I just want to add that the courage, the bravery, and the inspiration that you have given me on an individual level is something I will never be able to repay for the rest of my life. And with that, I walked out of the backstage room, and if you've seen my speech at the convention, you'll be able to see the speech from when I enter the stage. What you won't be able to see is quite literally 5 seconds earlier, me being backstage with tissues trying to wipe my face. Because I've been so blessed and privileged to have met some high-ranking policymakers. I've been able to go to some cool places to give some big speeches, but I can promise you, none of them hold a candle to the 2-minute conversation I've had with Omer and Neutra's parents. And I'd like to think, they don't know I'm saying this, so I don't know how they would take it, but Ronen and Orna, whether they like it or not, I don't actually think they're just Omer's parents anymore. I think this past year and a half, we've sort of been adopted into their family. Omer is our friend, Omer is our neighbor, Omer is our brother, Omer is our hero. And the Neutra family, they have exhibited and they have demonstrated for a year and a half everything right about the Jewish people, everything right about Jewish values. And I'll close by saying one last story. One of the first things I did after October 7th is I actually bought a one-way ticket to Israel. I say it's one way, but that's really because Delta canceled the return ticket, but don't repeat that. And as I'm checking in, I had 15 duffel bags of bulletproof, I don't even know what. And I noticed to the right of me are about 20 people with Israeli flags, with American flags, blasting Hebrew music, throwing candy. And this one girl comes up to me. I had never seen her before. I haven't seen her since. I don't know her name. She could not have been older than 15, at the oldest. She comes up to me and says, "Here, I want you to take this." And she hands me an envelope. What's inside the envelope? Dozens and dozens and dozens of $100 bills. And I go to this girl and I say, "There's no way I can accept this." And I kid you not, this 15-year-old girl, who I do not know and I did not know, she wraps her arms around me, she embraces me, and with tears rolling down her eyes, she says, "Please, please, take this for me and promise me you'll give it to the first person you see in Israel." A 15-year-old girl.
Oh, wow.
And I am here to tell you, on behalf of the thousands of American Jews on college campuses, who in response to being told to go back to Poland, in response to having swastikas drawn outside their dorm windows, in response to being told Zionist off our campus, in response to having Omer Neutra's face torn down from our campuses, in response to all that, have put on bigger kippahs, have adopted a soldier, have committed to saying a chapter of Psalms, who've affiliated themselves with Jewish life on campus, who've put up 5 more hostage posters of Omer and Hirsch, of Keith. Those are the stories and those are the peoples that we need to be amplifying. And it is all a testament to Omer. It is a testament to the symbol that he has become for us. And I'm not a rabbi, I'm not here to give a sermon, but it is true that the Talmud tells us that Jacob, our forefather, never really died. He never died. Why? Because the Talmud says when you have a legacy, when you have values, when you have a tradition and a heritage, even though the physical body may not be there anymore, you will have never died. And I think we can all agree that while Omer's physical body is no longer with us, who he is, who he represents, the hero that he was and the hero that he will continue to be has never died. And if anything, it will only grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And what a privilege, what a blessing that we here today, we can continue that legacy that Omer set out for us. We can follow in his path and we can fight to make sure that every single one of those hostages are returned, and they are returned now, now, now. Thank you very much.
Wow, activism at its best. Before calling upon our next singer, who's going to grace us with her voice, I would like to just add on to that. You know, we all here can use our voice in so many different ways. I actually started a nonprofit called Shield Giving to be able to give back to the students who have been using their voice to go and testify, to go on TV, to go anywhere and travel near and far to be able to do what they need to do to represent all of us. So to that I say, I see so many different phones here, people of all different ages, from all different backgrounds, and we all have the power to do something. We all have the power to use our phones to look at media, correct media, tell them what's right, tell them what's wrong, and don't think because you're not on TV, you're not in a meeting, you're not in this, but everyone here has the power to do something, to So I just want to remind you all that.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, with that said, I would now like to call upon Gazal Mizrahi to sing. Wow, Kishalev Boker. Oh, that's beautiful.
Hi everyone, thank you all for being here. So many of you know this song, Kshehalev Boche, and for those of you who don't, I want to give a little backstory on it because it's a very meaningful and touching song. And it was written by Sarit Haddad, who's a very famous Israeli singer, and she's actually in New York. She's performing tomorrow in Brooklyn, funny enough. And she wrote this song about the Second Intifada, and she dedicated it to Israeli soldiers, citizens who were kidnapped by Palestinians. Some were killed, some were still held hostage, and this was the war that began 1982. And she wrote this song in 2000 about the hostages that were still in Palestine. So Kshehalev Boche translates to when the heart cries, only God can hear. And it's a song for hope and strength and knowing that even when it feels like there's no hope left, we have our God who's always with us.
כשהלב בוחר, רק אלוהים שומע, הכאב עולה מתוך הנשמה, אדם נופל חזק אותי אלוהי, עשה שלא אבחר. הכאב גדול ואין לי על לברוח, עשה שיגמר כי לא נותר בכוח. שמע ישראל אלוהי, עכשיו אני לבד. חזק אותי אלוהי, עשה שלא אבחר. הכאב גדול ואין לי על לברוח, עשה שיגמר כי לא נותר בכוח. עשה שיגמר כי לא נותר בכוח.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Applaud again. I want to see you applaud again.
Wow. If I could just remind everyone to keep conversations, if you don't mind, in the back there, okay?
Thank you.
Gazal, you obviously don't know this, but my mom passed away almost 2 years ago, February, and this was her favorite song that you just sang. And on
Oh, wow.
her deathbed, actually, this is all the songs she kept singing. So that song means the world to me, and hearing it from you. So thank you. Now, this woman needs almost no introduction, but of course I'll introduce her as a friend. Devasi Max. How many times have I said her name before? But you want to scream your name out because I know you can do that. Now I know how to say her name, but I know she does too. Anyway, from rally to rally, she stood there by everybody's side, screaming, "Bring them home now," as we all should. So with that said, come join me here. Do you need the microphone?
Yes, you do.
There's nothing. I'll stand here. What do you need? Oh, we were just holding that out. Do you need a mic? Do I need a mic? I love it.
The
Shiva last week for Omer Neutra. His parents shared this beautiful thing with a bunch of young people who had come to pay their respects for Omer. And so the story was that Omer always made sure that everybody was included. So I want to make sure that everybody's included here. So will all the able-bodied people please stand up?
Yes.
And will you please take 2 minutes? DJ, give us Am Yisrael Chai, please.
Oh, yes.
And please go and introduce yourselves. High five 5 people that you don't know, and just Am Yisrael Chai them. We want to make sure everyone feels included, especially the people who came here alone. So, DJ.
It's coming, it's coming.
DJ's coming. A round of applause for the DJ, everybody.
Yes, DJ Abraham. Say hi, Abraham. He's our DJ.
And now that I have 2 minutes more to speak, on the way here, I was in an Uber with my mom, and then I gasped. I looked at my phone and I was like, and she said, "What happened?" I said, "Orna Neutra just texted me." So I let her know that we're all here. It's beautiful that we're all here to honor her son. As you say hello to your 5 people and you give them a high five with Am Yisrael Chai, think of all the times when you've been alone. And we know that Omer was a lone soldier. Please. Go ahead, say hi to 5 people and high five them. I'm Israel Chai. 5 people you don't know.
What about me? You don't say hi to me.
כולם יחזרו הביתה, נחכה להם למטה, על מה יהודה בשורות טובות.
He wanted to hug you. He wasn't working. He wanted to hug you. That's so cute.
Yeah, please clap for all the people you just met. Do you feel better? Is there more love in the room?
You have one?
Right? You got a little exercise?
By the way, I have to tell you one thing. Can everybody hear me? Okay, next week will be my 85th birthday.
Your 85th birthday? Your 85th birthday?
At Merkel same. 85th, yeah, the youngest.
All right, everyone, please take a seat.
Sit down, sit down.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you want to stand? I thought you wanted to speak. Okay. Okay, now how many of you felt better saying hi to your neighbors? Say me.
Me.
Yes.
I feel better.
You feel better? Okay.
Yes.
Can you guys hush, please? Shh, please. 340 million people live in the United States. 340 million people should be standing in the streets, waving American flags, demanding the release of our 7 American hostages. This is very interactive, so if you like something, keep clapping. I want us to keep our 7 American hostages, and of course all the hostages in mind. There's a cheer that we do at the rallies on Sunday, so if you could please do it with me. It's 7 American hostages, bring them home. 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 That's right. Tonight we're here to honor the life of American hostage Omer Neutra, who was ruthlessly murdered by the terrorist group Hamas. For 422 days, Omer's parents endured unimaginable suffering and left no stone unturned to bring Omer home. But after 422 days, hope infiltrated with agony, they were forced to face the devastating reality that their son was not going to come home alive. Hamas stole more than Omer's life. They shattered the hope of a global community. Omer, while I did not have the privilege of meeting you, I did have the privilege of fighting for you.
We love you.
Tonight we stand united to ensure that your legacy burns bright. We will carry forward the fight that your parents began until we bring you home. Bring Omer home. Bring Omer home. Bring Omer home. Bring Omer home.
Bring Omer home.
Yes. The capture and murder of American citizens is not a political issue. It is a humanitarian issue, a humanitarian catastrophe that demands global outrage. When terrorists capture and murder American citizens, they are declaring war on every American. Hamas has murdered 5 American hostages, and they're still holding 4 American bodies hostage. Omer, Neutra, Itai, Chen, Judy, Weinstein, and God, Haggai. I would like to observe a moment of silence for them, please. Thank you. As Americans, the most un-American thing we can do is to remain silent while American citizens are held captive. We cannot call ourselves the land of the free if we do not fight for our 7 American citizens who were stolen by terrorists. There are still 100 hostages held captive, including 2 children and 13 women. We demand freedom. Freedom for all 100 hostages. Freedom from terror. Freedom for our future. God bless America, and Am Israel Chai. I know many of you have been to the rallies because I see you there every week. But for those of you who have never come, my challenge to you is this. Please go to one rally.
Say louder.
Please go to one rally before we bring them home. And I'm hoping we're going to bring them home soon. So there's a Sunday rally this Sunday, as there is every Sunday. 3 of the hostage families will be there. They need to see you. We need to show up for them. What will happen if we don't show up for the hostage families? What message do we tell them about their loved ones? We need to see them. We need to hug them. We need to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. We need to stand in solidarity with the hostage families. It is our duty and our moral responsibility. Thank you.
Love it. Bring them home.
Now. Thank you. Wow. I now want to call back to the stage. Might come join me? Who's coming? Diana. To sing? No? Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. Okay. I'm glad I surprised you.
She's an excellent host.
This song is special to us all because we're fighting to bring them home, and ultimately home is the Holy Land, Israel, and this song is Jerusalem of Gold.
beautiful.
Yes, beautiful, very beautiful.
Now, where's Simon Deng? I see you there. Welcome. As a staunch ally of Israel, I am told he has been a vocal critic of the anti-Semitism.
Oh,
and
him! Yes.
And
He's a big deal, big sis.
Yes, yes! They love you! Yes! Come.
I mean, by your shirt, your pins, your necklaces, and other things maybe.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm honored and humbled to stand before you as a friend. Before I say my remarks, I want you to join me and appeal to all the entire Jewish community, worldwide, diaspora-wide, to let them stand firm and strong to support of the state of Israel. Israel needs you. The family of the hostage needs you. They are going through a lot. Without your support and without your stand behind them, they're going to lose hope. Their hope is your support. October 7th was an act of evils. When the evil Hamas brothers, Islamic Brotherhood, and all the terrorist organizations supported by evil Iran stormed the state of Israel when people at peace, slaughter innocent peoples, kidnaps innocent peoples. What they did to that day, it is what they have been doing to me, to my people in southern Sudan for years and years, in which they slaughter 2.5 million, the same way of what they did on October 7. We didn't start it, it was imposed on us, in which today, the state of Israel and IDF have more authority and obligations to go after the evil who harm our peoples. And that should not be compromised. Even though people talk about, let's have peace. How can I have peace and you're still holding my loved ones? What kind of peace? What we're asking today to evil Hamas and others, give me my peoples if you want peace. My fellow human beings, what the family of hostage and the peoples who are being slaughtered, what they went through, I went through that in southern Sudan as a child. I was kidnapped the way our dear loved ones was kidnapped by Hamas. Although that what happened to me happened far away, but it was the same acts of evils. The same approach. Allahu Akbar. When they killed my aunts, Allahu Akbar, when they cut the throat of my uncles. The same things what I had sown in October 7th. When October 7th happened, I was demoralized as a friend of Israel's that I cannot to be bystander here when things like that happen to people that I love the most. Everybody was running out of Israel at that time, and I was struggling trying to get in. Even though nobody knows who is Simon. But I just want to be there. To just, if I can hug one family to tell them you are not alone. To tell them, I'm here for you, even I have nothing to offer. To console them. Indeed, 4 weeks later, I was able to get a flight in which I went to Israel, and I walked from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem in solidarity with the people of Israel and the Jewish community.
Yes!
And what made me pleased is to see all cars, hornings, stopping just to come and give me a hug. That in itself is enough. Because I would not be even allowed to be in front line, which I was wishing to do. Because I'm angry when I see these pictures. Every day when I was in Tel Aviv, I would be where the hostages, the place where it become a gathering place at the art museums. Just to run into every, sometimes I am lucky to get to somebody in which I met a friend and we cried together. And we cried together. And I assured him, as long as your son is still being hostage, I will never walk away not supporting you and not supporting Israel until the last person out in the hands of evils.
Yes!
My dear friends, our relationships as a Southern Sudanese, as a Christians, it goes back before even I came to this country. During the civil war in Southern Sudan in 1969, when nobody is there for the people of Southern Sudan, when the Islamic government of Sudan was slaughtering its own peoples, there was one country, and that country happened to be the state of Israel, who came and support the Southern Sudanese freedom fighters, dropping them tools from the air because there is no country within the neighbors is allowed them to do that. And even those who train the Southern Sudanese to do that. That itself, it is a commitment. If it is not by the entire peoples, but by individual, which in the ends of the day, we who happen to be vocals and bringing this up, we're going to be the bridge between Southern Sudan and the state of Israel. We're being slaughtered in Sudan, and we're being accused. We are agents of Zionism, even we didn't know. We are supported by the state of Israel. At that time, that was not the reality. The work that I did from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem was supported overwhelmingly by the people of Southern Sudan, even that you guys didn't see it. It is something to say that this is what we can do to give up. This is what the friend is about. When your friend is down, you have to go and be with the friend, even that you are not able to do everything that you can. When we talk about peace and Hezbollah and the others, we should not take our eyes away from the bigger evils. And that big evil is the Islamic State of Iran.
Yes, correct, yes.
Islamic State of Iran is the bigger ones. Even though some others will see that, no, we should not talk about it. No, we have to talk about it.
Yes, yes, yes.
They are the one who embedded Hamas. They are the one who embedded Hezbollah. They are the one who embedded others. And they are the one who embedded Boko Haram in Africa. They are the one who embedded the Islamic groups in Western Africa today. Iran is cultivating, not only in the Middle East, even now in Africa. And that itself, for Israel to have peace, lasting peace, somebody in Iran, either they have to come to their consensus, or somebody have to do something so that we're going to have a lasting peace in that region.
Yes.
Sometimes, for you to have peace, you have to go extra miles. My fellow human being, let's look at our relationship, the United States relationship with Japan. What happened? Yes, we went big. And now look at us. We are now brothers and sisters. That need to happen on Iran. And most important, before the last, I urge you, let's keep hope and faith, and let's pray every day that those whom is still being kept, and let's hope we're going to get them. And indeed, we're going to get them. We're going to get them. Whether they like it or not, we're going to get them.
Yes.
Or somebody going to pay big.
Yes.
We cannot talk about peace with Hamas and our loved one, we don't know where they are. You talk peace with somebody who have peace in earth. Yes, sometimes they scare us when they said, we love peace and they love death. If that's the case, let Israel give those who hold our peoples one-way ticket to take them wherever they want to go. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Home. Bring them home.
Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home.
And not Sharia law. And not Sharia law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, I keep saying that. I know we touched upon, he shared with us about Hostage Square. I'm not sure if everyone here knows how that got started. It wasn't always there. They were not always from this era, Israeli hostages from this war. There was never a Hostage Square prior to October 7th. There is somebody named, there are many hostage families that have been wanting to be vocal. And when the war started, they didn't know how, they didn't know where to use their voice. There was one person named Avichai Bordich, and he didn't know where his wife was. He didn't know where his 3 kids were. He didn't know where anyone went. He sat with his dog, where it's now known as Hostage Square, and he said, I'm not going home until someone tells me where my family is. The police came to say it's time to go home. You must leave now. And he said he looked like a homeless person. He had no shoes, no shirt, he had nothing. And the moment they read his sign, which said, I have no idea where my family is, please help. They said, you can stay here as long as you want, and we will help you. And that is how Hostage Square became Hostage Square today. Thankfully, his family members were returned last Thanksgiving time in that exchange, in that deal. And we welcomed home Hagar and their 3 kids. I then flew actually to Israel last January to hear their story. Their story was one story, but thank God they're home. I know everyone has different stories, and now we must continue to use our voice today, whether it's standing in Hostage Square and having our support there, or having our support here. We must do everything we can to bring them home. With no further ado, I now would like to call upon, yes, Ari Axelrod. I'm told I must introduce you, so you must wait. So, some people don't know Ari, but I will introduce him. Ari is a singer, an activist, Ari is a singer and activist, and part of the Jewish Week's prestigious 36 to Watch award, recognizing him as one of the 36 most influential Jews in the United States. Need I say more?
Yes.
I'm really tired of singing this song. I've sung it for my entire life, and in the past 14, 15 months, it's taken on a new meaning, and I'm really tired of singing it, and I hope that we can go back to a world where it doesn't have additional meaning, but until then, I will keep singing it. And I hope that you'll listen. He's like the sun I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly on and on, and I am old and will be gone. 10 laws you can take, you can give, let them be, let them live. If I
Beautiful.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming. We have one more song to be sang. Monica, if you'll join me back up on stage.
Yes.
with that, I would like to close the event, but with a special thank you. Before we go, if you don't mind saying a few words with the family. I know you don't like to be a public face, but this is for the family. So for that reason, I give you the mic, okay?
I want to thank everyone for coming. There'll be more. There's a couple of things that we're working on that nobody knows about. We are going to be inside the United Nations. This will take 1 minute just to give everyone hope. We are working with a few companies to provide safety for every single Jewish kid on every single campus in the country. They're going to have an app, they're going to press a button, and in 10 minutes, a trained professional will be there to help them. We've had meetings, and we're going to get that done. And the other thing we're going to do is redefine the word genocide at the United Nations. We're part of a group, and we're going to make a presentation inside the United Nations, and we're going to teach them how to define words. Thank you all. We're just getting started.
Event is finished. No se olvide que yo quiero al 20 también. Yo también quiero el 20.
Todo el mundo quiere ir conmigo.
Thank you for coming.
Freaking amazing. Incredible. Incredible. You know, I love literally. Obviously. I'm freaking up. So you need to know.
Let's end the video. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
In North Miami.